Hello everyone, I'm going to analyze the poem The Voice of the Mountain in this video. So let's start with the background. Poet Mamang Dai is closely connected with the nature, and in this poem, she is talking about her homeland and describing the nature in such a way that you can see the nature is part of her life. So here I'm telling you the way in which she has described the nature. See, when you are part of the mountain and when you are born into that mountain, when you are brought up in that mountain, and when you die in that mountain, and when your people has lived in that mountain, then the mountain become part of your life. And when you describe the mountain, it is as if you are describing about yourself and your culture. Now, let me tell you that there are two major themes in this poem. One is Mamang Dai's love for the nature, and the other is her concern and her sadness over the political tension in that place. Now, let's see what type of political tensions it is. So, let me tell you that there are three political tensions in Northeast region. First, political tension are between state government and central government. Second, political tensions are between the native and the migrant. And third, political tensions are between the army and insurgents. Insurgent means anti-established groups. Now, let's start the analysis of the poem. From where I sit on the high platform, I can see the fairy lights crossing, crisscrossing the big river. Here, the mountain is referring to himself as I in this poem. And as the mountain is high, it can see the river. And in the night, it can see the lights of ferry boat on the river moving from here to there. I know the towns, the estuary mouth, there beyond the last bank, where the colored rains from heaven, I can outline the chapters of the world. Here, the mountain claims to be all knowing. It knows the town, the estuary mouth, where river meets ocean, and it also knows the bank of the river. And the mountains are so ancient that they can outline the chapters of the world. The other day, a young man arrived from the village. Because he could not speak, he brought a gift of fish from the land of rivers. It seems such acts are repeated. We live in treasuries forever ancient and new, and as we speak in changing languages. Here, Mountain recalls how a young man came from village with a gift of fish from the river. For the mountain, such an act is a repetitive one because it has seen such offerings in the past too. And let me tell you that giving gift to mountain as a way to show gratitude is a tribal culture and ritual, and such rituals are still there. I also leave my spear leaning by the tree and try to make a sign. Means the mountain leave its spear leaning by the tree in order to try to make a sign. Like this. I am an old man shipping the breeze that is forever young. In my life, I have lived many lives. My voice is sea waves and mountain peaks. In the transfer of symbols, I am the chant syllable that orders the world, instructed with history and miracles. Here, Mamang Dai says that the mountain is like an old man shipping the breeze that is forever young. And she says that nature is like an old man who had lived many lives. His voice is like sea waves and mountain peaks. And the mountain is like a living oracle who tells the story of changing, and at the same time, it represents permanence. I am the desert and the rain, the wild bird that sits in the west. Here, Mamang Dai says that the mountain can identify with the desert and the rain. It is also the bird that sits in the west. The past that recreates itself and particles of life that clutch and cling for thousands of years. I know these things, as rocks know, burning in sun's embrace about clouds and sudden rain. And as I know, a cloud is a cloud is a cloud is this uncertain pulse that sits over my heart. Means the past is recreated by the mountain and the mountain represents all forms of life. It knows the 1,000 years of life journey. The mountain knows the rocks that shine in the sunlight. It also knows about the cloud and sudden rain. And the mountain calls the cloud uncertain pulse that sits over its heart. Mean the cloud may fall anytime, but only with the willingness of the mountain. In the end, the universe yields nothing except a dream of permanence. Peace is a falsity. A moment of rest comes after long combat. Means the mountain knows that the universe gives nothing but an appearance of being permanent. And peace is a falsity. There is lack of peace in the reason, and future seems colorless. From the east, the warrior returns with the blood of peonies. I am the child who died at the edge of the world, the distance between end and hope, the star diagram that fell from the sky, the summer that makes men weep. I am the woman lost in translation who survives with the happiness to carry on. These lines are referring to the bloodshed and the uncertainty of life of people in that region, and loss of culture as well. Mamang Dai is identifying with all those things, and she is saying, I am the person who dies and the person who is lost. And she is also saying, I am the language that is lost in translation. So, all the violence, all the negativity that are happening, all the uncertainty that they are facing, she is identifying herself with all those things. I am the breeze that opened the mouth of the cannon, the sunlight on the tips of trees. There, where the narrow gorge hastens the wind, I am the place where memory escapes the myth of time. I am sleep in the mind of the mountain. Means the mountain carries wind to the mouth of the cannon, and the sunlight from the mountain is thrown even to the highest deep of the trees, and the mountain sends the wind even to the narrowest gorge. All these movements and memories are settled in the mind of the mountain. And let me tell you that memory is one of the important aspects of this poem because it is the memory of peaceful homeland which is filled with tribal culture and rituals. Now, let's come to the conclusion of the poem. So, in this poem, Mamang Dai speaks about the people who still follow tradition even in a fast changing world. Hey guys, if this video is really helpful for you, please let me know in the comments and press that subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it. And thanks for watching the video right till the end.